Boom!
Every time we do tiling, it gets a little bit harder and harder.
So the beautiful marbles are coming off. Because Borja's not happy with how I did it.
And I'm over it now. I'm literally over it. I do not want to tile ever again.
I'm scared! I'm only recording it because if it explodes, you know.
So I'm really having trouble sleeping at the minute, and I keep getting up earlier and earlier. I got up at 4 this morning.
How proud are you of yourself?
Tick it off our list. Picking up some plumbing bits, and oh my god, they're so expensive. So this, which is just for the back of the toilet, £26. Honestly, it's like, it's starting to become, when you add it all up, all the pipes, it's more than all the sanitary ware that you're buying, which you're seeing. It's crazy. The prices have gone up so much. We have done the heavy back work of the bathroom, yes, which is all the stuff that you don't see. And once that's done, it's all just the dressing layer then, you know? So we've just got tiles to fit, shower screen to install, toilet to go in, and the sink unit to install as well. You know how hard it is to find a small vanity unit that isn't like that super, super small one, but just the right size, that still looks nice, and we don't have to do any work to it? Well, we found one and we're so happy with it because these colors, look at them, they match so nicely with the color scheme we're going for. We always spend our money on the fittings, and we don't mind going cheap on the shower tray or maybe the sink. They're all the same. Like, why buy an expensive one?
Unless you want something very design-like.
Yeah, like the shape or whatever.
Yeah.
We're not gonna use the handles they gave us. We've got some lovely handles from Corsten, which I'm gonna put on now. Doesn't it work nice? And, you know, with a lovely crosswater tap, which this is a brass, unlacquered brass, so it's gonna age beautifully. I kind of feel like I need to age it a little bit already, just so that it has that look. But it's gonna work so well, and it ticks the box for Borja of having storage in the bathroom. Because whilst I can survive without any storage and work with it, he needs it. I think it's really good. Can't wait for it to go in. I can't wait for us to have a bathroom upstairs for the first time. The big question always is, where does the handle go? Does it put up here? Because yeah, you're gonna have to bend down more if you could do it lower, but it kind of looks nicer lower. I'll have to get the boss to decide on that one. Hi, I've got a question. Handle. Well, it's a nice rustic look now.
Yeah. Is it possible?
Well, what I was gonna do was look inside. Inside, yeah, there's 2 holes already. Okay. I thought I was going to use one of those holes. So which one do you prefer? Higher or lower?
Lower.
Oh, I thought lower too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know it's impractical because you should have the knob higher because you're bending down less, but...
Yeah, it looks prettier.
Exactly. I go up in size with the drill bit so it doesn't break the laminate. And then when I've got to the size I need, I will drill from the other direction. All done. Ah, doesn't it look nice? I always think it's amazing when you switch a tap on where there was no tap before and it drains away, where there was no drain before. I always think that's amazing. Tiling today in the shower area. I'm gonna first set up the battens because you always start with 1 tile higher, tile all the way up, and then add the last tile once it's set. This is mainly because if your shower tray isn't level, you're not building all your tiles off an unlevel platform, but ours is level, but we're still doing it. We've done it like this before, so no reason why we should change it because it worked last time. The line is basically the tile and a grout joint and a grout joint. These tiles will sit directly on top of the batten and then we'll work all the way up. We're only going to just above the shower screen, so we've got all the other plaster exposed. I missed recording it, guys, I'm sorry.
Honestly, I asked him several times, come and record this. Like, yeah, in a second.
I was tidying up.
You weren't.
He did a very good job of drilling a hole.
But let me just quickly show you what I was doing. Which is the
I had my finger over the lens as well. I'm such a professional.
This is the easiest way. You take like a really thin piece of wood, make your template, because that's what it's going to help you once you put it in there, so to guide the.
So it doesn't move all about and basically scratch all your tiles. I learnt the hard way.
Yeah, we did. From then, I did the cuts and
He basically does everything. I mean, he gives me the really basic jobs, and even then he's like, should I do them?
So we are on to the back.
Boom!
Yeah.
Oh, I like it when it's a nice flat wall. It's so much easier.
Oh my god, that looks sexy. That's looking so good.
Is that?
Yeah,
You sure about that?
I am very sure. So the beautiful marbles are coming off.
Because Borgia's not happy with how I did it, so
Yeah,
he's told me to redo it all again. He's like the strictest teacher in the world.
yeah. Well, I just think that it's better to redo it now that we only have got this money that once it's all up. Do you agree though?
Anything to make you happy and not hear you moan is a win in my books.
Okay. I'm much happier now. Did you say to me that?
I literally hate tiling, so to do it again is like painful.
Every time we do tiling, it gets a little bit harder and harder, and I'm over it now. I'm literally over it. I do not want to tile ever again. I just don't enjoy it. I really don't enjoy it, like with a passion, like I want to cry. That's how bad I don't want to tile ever again. If you see me tiling again, be like, what the hell are you doing, Dean? Sort your life out.
That will mean like I've got really good persuasion power.
I'm not doing it, mate.
Dean is nervous because he normally asks me.
Don't record it, or I'll test it first and then record it. And he's like, no, we'll record it. I don't know if I've measured it correctly.
You better. He's so stressed. Oh dear. Oh my god, I'm actually really nervous.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah?
Yeah. Borgia is now doing the cuts for the shower valve.
My art is always on show.
Don't worry, I cut it out. So he's trying to template it up, and then
That's gonna be a tricky one.
somehow he's going to cut it. The little things that we use between the tiles act as a way of sandwiching the tiles together. So imagine you've got your tiles and you put some adhesive and it's like that. Them little things you screw and they'll tighten them all up so that you've got all the tiles nice and smooth.
It's basically a tile leveler.
We've learned the hard way, do not have tile adhesive underneath when you screw it in, because tile adhesive has a little bit of sand in it, and when you turn it, it'll scratch the tiles.
So this is the moment where we're deciding on if we're going to cut down that upper tile or not.
Yeah, dilemmas, and I think that is one of the good things about doing it ourselves, which is like we can have the time to think. Until you don't see it in situ, you just, your eye sometimes says up something different. And the plan was to kind of have full tile and then have this finishing it right there. Okay?
It's all a bit close, isn't it?
Doesn't it feel a bit claustrophobic? Now, if we put it here,
I think it needs to even go a bit lower. I'd rather see more plaster than marble, because I like less tiles.
yeah, but at some time for practicality.
Yeah, splashing and stuff is fine though.
Yeah? Are you sure?
Yeah, let's measure that.
I mean, you're tall. You're taller than me.
I think right in the middle, so 2.05 there, will give a nice healthy gap.
That reads nicer.
Also, it's below this, isn't it?
That looks much nicer actually.
The shower door will probably come to about here. Here, 1950.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that looks good.
Look how amazing it's looking. This is gonna be doing some more other work today, so I just going to be in charge of installing this beautiful detail. I'm going to just, with a little marks of pencil, check what are going to be the situation of each one, because the very, very tricky cuts are going to be that inner corners. Can you see the little pencil marks? That means that one goes here at the top, then that's the grout line in between the two lines, and the next one goes here, like that. But then I'm able to measure the corner section, because that's going to be a very difficult cut from here to there, and also I can see where the pieces land, and as I want to make sure that these pieces, they land like that. There's no crosses, if that makes sense. Like that, in the middle. So that's a very difficult cut. I just wanted to explain my little trick with this wet machine. If you have one, or if you're gonna do a lot of bathrooms, I will definitely say buy one. I've never done a wrong cut with this machine, which is great. But because we're in the middle of winter, what I do, I put warm water inside, so when I fit in my hands, it's nice and warm instead of like freezing cold. And then the good thing about it is also you can move it to have an angle that you need, which for tricky cuts like these ones is absolutely amazing, because you know you're gonna get it bang on. Okay, so one of the reasons why I'm the main one that does the cutting is because you need to kind of like take your time while it cuts. I'm the patient one in the relationship, Dean is not. So Dean will just make out of force to try to kind of do it faster and get on with it. And you have to kind of let the blade do the work. He's around there, he's listening to me and he's smiling, but he knows it's true. This is my cut piece, so ideally will work. Of course it doesn't. Okay, so I've been here for like 10 minutes trying to work it out. And I think, you know what I'm going to do? This is, I think, the smartest solution. I'm gonna cut the other one at this angle. I'm gonna set them up like that. And then I'm going to cut a straight line here. I'm gonna mark it, I'm gonna cut a straight line. And I think that will stop me to be messing about with cutting on this angle. How nice is that? I'm having a bit of a like pat in the back moment. Look how nice is this looking. Oh my goodness, I'm so relieved. I have put, look at that, how nice it is looking. Look at that, the little corners. I had to put a screw because I didn't realize that I'm starting from the top, so they were sliding all down. I'm gonna let this a little bit time to set, and I'm going to remove the lower buttons. The first ones you have to put before you start tiling up, which makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think about this when I was putting this architrave. So I'm gonna remove them, and then I will put the last tiles there at the bottom, and then I will carry on with these sections. But I think I'm smashing it. This can be the big moment where I remove these and then the whole thing collapses. Okay. It's staying up, staying up. Also, can we take a second to see how lovely all of the lines line up? So you can see behind me, I am putting this architrave, which is looking, it's just finishing it off. Honestly, I'm obsessed. Look at that. Oh my God, I've done that. Basically, when I'm putting these verticals, they keep sort of coming off a little bit, and I want to make sure the gap is perfect. So I have thought, well, with this very good tape, look, can you see this gap? It's pulling back. So I need to have a much smaller gap, which is 2 millimeter. But can you see? So what I'll do now, I put the tape and then that will stay. You see, no gap. I'm just doing them, you know, throughout just to ensure the gap is equal. I mean, look. That blows my mind just thinking that it wasn't that long ago we didn't have a bathroom here. So, and it's just looking so us. even a bit emotional. I'm so silly. But it's just like you guys like so much work and hours, and then suddenly when it starts to kind of like come together, it's all worth it, you know. And I just feel that in a good team. This is the best part because I'm now removing the spacers. They are the levelers, the tile levelers. So these ones we found on the internet, and so basically you can see these. This goes behind the tiles, and then when you tighten it, it pushes them so they just make sure they're like nice and tight. So we've got a problem, and the problem is that our space that we were using, one has snapped. Now we're trying to see what the hell is going to happen if we don't remove it, because Dean is worried that being metal, if water gets in, it's going to rust. He's very stressed. He's probably hating me right now recording. But that is the reality of it, isn't it, Dean? And we cannot only show the pretty bits.
We've become too perfectionists, everything we do.
Yeah.
And I just don't think the quality of our finish on tiling, even though no one would notice the imperfections that I'm seeing, I'm just like, nah.
Don't say that. People don't think that we're doing a bad job.
Well, they've seen the pictures, they look nice.
But they not. I generally think we're doing a lovely job.
Okay, do you want me to tell you something that you probably, I hope you don't notice, but there's a little issue.
Which is?
So when I was removing the levelers, because it's metal, and we have used those for like, I don't know, 4 years or 5 years, I think what happened is it had a bit of water when we were doing all of that, and in one piece I've seen a little mark of rust.
I already seen it. I've already seen it.
Seriously? Where?
Above the shower bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, this is not rust, but I feel it.
But don't worry, because I think the cover plate will cover it. I think it's quite a big cover plate. I mean, look at how good our cut was right there.
I was going to make another one because that was my practice run, but Dean said, should we check to save you doing another one, see if the cover plate covers it. I was prepared to do another one.
Yeah.
Last tiling you ever see us do.
Do you know what you're doing?
I never know what I'm doing, mate. But it looks pretty, so that's all that matters. And there's no water coming out of places that shouldn't be at the moment. So that's good. And it covers the rusty mark.
So water then?
Water. And the drain pipes well.
But it's scary, isn't it? Because you do all of this work, you never know until kind of like the end if everything has been done properly.
Cool. Just need to do this one.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Like a nice rainfall, isn't it? So it's the time to put the first door for the bathroom. I think that we have got the right width, but we're gonna have to cut the top. These are oak doors, they're solid oak, so they're very, very hard to cut, aren't they?
Yes. No, we're going to cut the height because these are like normal height doors, and we're in a cottage and the doors aren't that high.
We've got these little tools which are great to kind of keep literally the door at the height that you need it. So that's been a game changer.
So I've currently locked exposure in the ensuite while we mark out its position, and if it all fits properly, I'm going to mark up where the hinges go and we're going to get it hung.
Because it's oak, you cannot screw a screw in and hope to get it in. So I do a pilot hole with a drill bit, smaller bit, and this one a little bit larger, still smaller than the screw. Because because it's a flat-headed screw as well, because they're old school.
I'm up very early. I'm up at 5. I'm installing the skirting board because Borja's not very good. He admits himself he doesn't like doing the mitre cuts. But I have a different way of doing it where we do a square, nice flat joint there, and then I carve out the sides. Hope I'm not too tired to work out how to do it.
So what I do is I get a piece of the wood, line it up there, score round it, and that's what I've got to cut off. I mean, I'm no carpenter, but I think that's pretty good. There's not much filling into, or I think I need to curl it more into that little point there, but I don't think it's bad.
This is showtime because we're gonna install the toilet now. This has been waiting for this moment. The toilet very much dictates because that's where it has the biggest waste.
I don't like a toilet when you walk in the room, but we couldn't avoid that in this scenario, which is a shame. I do not like boxing in. I avoid it with a passion, so you'll see that none of our bathrooms have any boxing in. We've magically found a way of hiding the pipes.
Yeah.
Even when we've got solid walls, we've managed to hide them somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm using my pencil and I'm marking where I've got to drill through. Well, I'm saying Borja's going to do it for me. Where we're going to drill through the tile because I've got to get a raw plug in so that we can fix the toilet down. Luckily, this toilet's quite easy to install because it's a straight down one.
And then we have propped up the sink. Look at that.
It's so hard because the walls are not level.
Yeah.
The floor's not level. I mean, we could have made it level, but we would have had to build it up so much, so we've kind of got halfway in between.
Nothing is easy.
Yeah, solid?
Yes, solid.
Cool.
This is the moment that I feel is the most stressful one. Because you're drilling, if you break the marble tile, you really are.
It's game over, basically.
Yeah, you're in a pickle. Everyone pray for me.
So don't screw it up.
Hang on a second. I'm going to hold it as well. I don't trust that cheap device, okay?
No, it is working.
And then, sorry guys, we can't record it.
Stop it! Oh my god!
Once it's through a little bit, we don't actually need that because the tile will hold it. Yay! 1 down, 3 to go.
Oh no! Dean.
I know you're faking it.
Oh no.
I know what you're like. I know you're lying.
You're so crap at lying.
Yeah. And obviously I want to make sure there's a little gap to the top as well.
Okay, so it's where there's a crack in the wall.
Great, thank you for saying that. Where is it, the crack?
So this was Borja's first DIY project before I even existed.
And this is like the postcards that I bought in Granada.
But can you see the back? Borja didn't know how to hang a picture, so he used no nails glue and glued the picture to the wall.
Yeah. But I really like the set.
Yeah, they're cute. I like it.
So we are on our way to the Dower house. Mr. here is already feeling very sick because yesterday he did a 18-hour day, and that is what it happens. That's why I don't like him to do that. He cannot sleep, he works a lot, and then he's a write-off for the next week.
Leave me alone.
I've known Dean now for many years.
Way too long.
There's 2 Deans. There's the Dean when we're on holiday, which is a completely different person.
It's crazy, I am different. Remember the time when I slept and I was in Spain? I slept the whole way through the day. I must have slept about 22 hours. I don't tidy up. I'm just
He's messy, and I'm like, I'm tidying up, and it's like, what's happening here? When we're at home, I don't know what it is, but he cannot sleep. He wakes up several times at night. Dean always kind of thinks ahead of time. He needs to kind of like make lists in his head of what we need to achieve to get this done, to then be able to relax. And unfortunately, you should have learned this by now. We always have something on. And I did say to you...
I mean, if you look at me when Borja's talking, I'm already thinking about the next thing I'm going to say. So I don't know when it came about, but I never can stop thinking of the next.
It's just not healthy.
Yeah, I know. I think...
And you've tried all the different... I mean, this is like to be able to monitor your sleep, you know...
It just tells me I'm doing bad.
I am much more like, free spirit, let's flow, you know, and I think maybe that's one of the things that you liked about me, the fact that like...
I think we would have killed one another if we were both like me.
It's not bad, is it?
What's happened?
I very got it!
Oh no, Dean!
They don't give you backup screws either.
He snapped.
Yeah, I needed to drill a bigger hole.
Well, you know my trick.
Got a screw in the wrong place and it snapped the head, and Borja is going to show me how
To remove it,
to remove it.
you go use the electric screwdriver, undo it,
And then slowly, you're going to tighten it. So you're going to tighten it to here. Okay, it's now strong. And then put it to undo, slowly.
Oh my god, I was actually thinking that wasn't going to work. He's so impressed with yourself. Like
You're so pleased I told you that trick.
Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. I'm going to get some tape, I think, and I'll just tape on here so I know
Yes,
that I can
well,
go.
that's a good,
Only go
that's a
so
good
deep.
idea.
Okay, that's my limit. That's my limit.
Don't be silly.
We are installing the door.
Bedroom?
I tried to record and I'm supposed to be holding it.
So I'm really having trouble sleeping at the minute, and I keep getting up earlier and earlier. I got up at 4 this morning, which is a record for me. I don't know why I'm getting up so early. I came to the dower house and I'm fitting the lock for the bedroom. I lie in bed going, okay, I've got this to do, this to do, this to do, this to do, and then I'm just keep going on what I've got to do tomorrow, and then I'm just like, I might as well just get up and do it. But, you know, by lunchtime, I'm absolutely exhausted. But hopefully then Borja makes up for that in the afternoon, because he's more productive in the afternoon. Basically, my life at the minute is not sleeping.
Complete. Yay. I actually forgot I'm missing some screws. I don't know where they are. I've lost them. So I'm going to have to go looking for them. Otherwise, I'm going to have to source some to go in there. Look at the mess. But I did it. I did it. Yay. Look. Yay. It closes and look at that. Boys are going to be impressed. I'm not even much filling to do on the frame. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
I'm going on my way to the Dow house. Dean is already there. I do feel really bad for him because our brains work very differently. I've got the facility to focus on one thing. Dean has got a brain where as he's doing something that he thinks there's something else that is more of priority, then he moves into something else. Basically, he's like doing 100 things at a time. And what that means is that he's not able to sleep at night. And I can see it. I'm able to, through his eyes, see how his brain is ticking. It's very difficult for me to not be able to help, you know, and be like, okay, let's do a plan. What can we do so you can relax? His only way of relaxing is getting the job done. So he's lying at 5 o'clock in the morning like that, kind of like he's got this internal dispute where it's like I need to sleep and I need to rest, but I can't sleep because there's so much to do. I'd rather kind of just wake up and go and work.
So we're having to move the shower screen upstairs.
You may have noticed that we don't have a staircase in the Dow house. We've been using a ladder for quite some time.
A long time.
The original stair was never there. They added a new stair about 4 or 5 years ago, but its position was very weird. So we've repositioned it in a different way, which will work so much better and actually be more in keeping with what the layout used to be.
We have our stairs.
Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, dude. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
You may have spotted it when we were moving the beam into the snug.
Oh, yes.
It was there. We'd ordered it a long time ago and we just had to get it in.
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness.
We've just been putting that project on hold because we don't want to be using the new stair.
Plus, we don't know how to
destroying
install
it.
a stair. I'm scared.
I'm only recording it because if it explodes, you know.
Oh, is it heavy, Dean?
No, it's not that heavy. Just don't catch the corners, okay? The corners are the weak parts.
Dean, this is...
You get it? Watch the corner, watch the corner, watch the corner. Don't put it on the floor. Don't put it on your floor.
We have this piece of glass here, this piece of glass here. This is one of the things out of all renovation that puts me on edge. I'm really, really stressed because I have seen how it explodes this type of glass before if it catches a corner. So I'm like, I just feel like someone has to be keeping an eye. I don't know. I mean, if something happens, it's nothing that I can do about it, but...
No, the shower screens are so hard to fit. And they're stressful because they're made of glass. You know what I mean, huh?
Yeah, I know what you mean. How proud are you of yourself?
I feel like something's going wrong.
Dan, Dean, por favor, be more positive.
Fitting the sink today. I'm switching out these hinges on the toilet seat to brass because everything's brass and it would bug me that this is silver. But annoyingly, this is silver and they don't do a replacement of that, so I have no idea what I'm going to do. We've also got this light up, which I really like the glow of the like rough plasterwork behind. Borja's like, oh my god, I did a terrible job, but actually no, I gotta like fixing it in place, sink in. And that's the last piece of furniture that we need to put in the bathroom.
Okay, so I can't show you installing the sink because I'm here on my own and I can't get a tripod in there. So I'm doing it basically early in the morning to surprise Borja. Because I love surprising him with little things I can get done around the house without him. Then it's just little decorative bits then in the bathroom and we're all good to tick it off our list.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
And you can switch the tap on. I've taken the filter off though, so it's going to splatter a bit for now, just in case there's anything in the pipes. And look, it drains away and everything into nowhere.
No, yeah, that's amazing.
And I put the toilet seat on and I changed the hinges.
Yeah.
So it's a 1.2 meter wide shower, so it's quite a nice shower. Then we've got these lovely beams above, like on the other side in the closet. That's a motion sensor there that activates this night light. So when you walk in at night, you don't have to have the full lights on and the extractor fan and everything. And we've managed to hide the system within the wall, so it's nice and flush. And then Borja's done it all these nice lime plastering, so it's got like a buff finish. And these are the pictures, which are slightly slanted, that Borja made many years ago. I'm gonna get a couple of hooks for this door, just an extra. But we've got this main hook here from when you get out of the shower. Love these unlacquered brass. They're already starting to age slightly because of just the dust from the other spaces we've been working on.
And then you see the extractor vent here. We've gone for like a cast iron, get rid of all the plasticky stuff. Here, there's a button to switch the light on. This is so good for looking at yourself, looking at all your imperfections. This was the only thing that we inherited in the Dow house that we decided to keep. And then some great storage, because we learned early on in the main estate that storage is a necessity in a bathroom.
So we're in the hallway. We've given ourselves a day to do this.
Dean's birthday is in 2 days.
It's Bush's birthday. Welcome to Cooking with Dean.
Come on, there has to be a way of doing it.
It's all made with love. The intention is what matters.
Oh, that looks so pretty.